Right now, tonight, tens of millions of Americans are lying awake, staring at the ceiling, asking themselves the same quiet, terrifying question. Can I actually afford to retire on just my Social Security check? And for years, the experts, the news anchors, the polite fellow at the bank, they've all whispered back the very same discouraging answer. No, it's not enough. You'll run out. You'll have to work until you drop. Well, tonight, I am going to prove every one of them wrong, because here is a number that might just change how you sleep. In 2026, the average Social Security retirement check is about $2,070 a month. For a married couple, that's often more than $3,000 landing in your account every single month for the rest of your life, guaranteed, adjusted for inflation, and completely yours, no matter how long you live. And there are towns all across the warm American Sunbelt where that isn't barely scraping by, it's genuinely comfortable, where you can own your home outright, keep the lights and the air conditioning on, see a good doctor without fear, and still have money left at the end of the month on Social Security alone. Today, I'm going to walk you through 10 of them. 10 warm, friendly, affordable towns where your Social Security check doesn't just survive, it actually thrives. Real places with real hospitals, real neighbors, real sunshine, and real dignity. Not compromises, not sad little rooms in the middle of nowhere. Good lives in good towns that you can genuinely afford. And stay with me all the way to the end, because number 2 is going to genuinely surprise you. It's a place almost nobody believes you can afford on a fixed income, and yet ordinary retirees are doing it every single day, waking up to a view that people on the coast pay a fortune for. And number 1? Number 1 might be the single most affordable, warm city in all of America to retire in right now. A place where some folks live entirely on their Social Security and still quietly set part of that check aside every month. Money left over. We'll get there, I promise. But first, let me give you the 3 simple rules that make all of this possible. The 3-part test that every single town on this list has to pass. Because on a fixed income, you cannot afford to get this wrong. And these 3 rules are how you protect yourself. Rule number 1, the cost of living has to be low enough that the average Social Security check covers it, with real breathing room to spare. That means a median home price well below the national average, affordable rent if you'd rather not own, and everyday costs, groceries, utilities, gas, a meal out now and then, that don't quietly eat your check alive. Every town here comes in comfortably under budget, not just barely under it. Rule number 2, the state has to leave your Social Security completely alone. And this one is enormous because most people never even think about it. Some states actually tax your Social Security benefits. They reach right into that modest monthly check and take a slice off the top. Not one single state on this list does that. Your Social Security stays whole. And several of these states go further. Texas and Florida have no state income tax at all, while Mississippi doesn't even tax your pension or your retirement account withdrawals. On a fixed income, that is the entire difference between tight and worried and comfortable and calm. And rule number 3, warmth and real care nearby. Mild winters, so you're not fighting ice, snow, and terrifying heating bills on a budget every January. A genuine full-service hospital within an easy drive, because at this stage of life, that peace of mind is priceless. And a real community of people your own age, folks doing the exact same thing you are and doing it happily. Affordable enough for the check, a state that doesn't tax it, warm with care close by. Hold those 3 rules up against every town you're about to see. Let's begin the countdown, starting at number 10, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Let's start somewhere genuinely special. Hot Springs is a warm, charming little city built right around a national park. One of the only cities in all of America that can honestly say that. Picture steam curling up off natural thermal springs on a cool morning, a historic row of grand old bathhouses, forested hills glowing in the autumn, and 3 sparkling lakes sitting right on the doorstep. For a retiree who loves the outdoors and the water but doesn't have a fortune to spend, this is a quiet, beautiful dream. And the money genuinely makes sense here. Home prices sit comfortably below the national average. Everyday costs are low, and Arkansas does not tax your Social Security benefits at all. And it hands you a break on other retirement income on top of that. So that check stretches and stretches. You get mild southern winters, warm, lazy summers out on the lake, natural beauty in every direction you look, and a slow, genuinely friendly pace of life where people still know their neighbors. And the healthcare is solid for a town this size, with a good regional hospital right there in town. The honest note, and I'll give you one for every town, is that Hot Springs is a small city, so for a rare, highly specialized procedure, you might occasionally drive to Little Rock, about an hour up the road. But for warmth, nature, hot mineral springs, and true affordability on a fixed income, Hot Springs absolutely earns its place. Number 9, Florence, Alabama. Up in the green northwest corner of Alabama, along a gentle bend in the Tennessee River, sits Florence, the beating heart of an area the locals lovingly call the Shoals. It's a warm, leafy, surprisingly soulful little city. This stretch of river helped shape the sound of American music history, and that creative spark is somehow still in the water. You'll find riverfront parks made for slow evening walks, a walkable downtown, locally owned shops and cafes, and live music on a Friday night, all without a big city price tag anywhere in sight. Here's exactly why it works on a Social Security budget. Housing costs are low, everyday life is affordable, and Alabama exempts your Social Security from state tax. And it doesn't tax traditional pensions either. When every dollar counts, that is a real, tangible gift, month after month. You get 4 mild southern seasons, warm summers on the river, that genuine small-town friendliness where folks wave from the porch, and dependable hospital care close by. It is simply the kind of place where your money goes further and life slows down to a pace that feels human again. The trade-off is honestly just size. Florence is small and quiet, so if you crave non-stop big city buzz, this isn't going to be it. But if what you want is warm, affordable, and soulful on a fixed income, Florence is a beautiful place to land. Number 8, Sebring, Florida. Now, I can already hear you saying it. Florida, again, on Social Security? Here's the secret that almost nobody talks about. Forget the famous, wildly expensive, storm-battered coast and head instead to the quiet lake country right in the middle of the state. That is Sebring. Sebring is built around a chain of gorgeous freshwater lakes in central Florida. Think fishing at dawn, palm trees swaying, and warm, gentle winters that snowbirds happily pay a fortune for down on the coast. Except here, they simply don't have to. Home prices are dramatically lower than the Florida beaches. It sits comfortably inland, so the hurricane risk and those brutal coastal insurance bills drop way, way down. And remember, Florida has no state income tax at all, so your Social Security and every other dollar you have stays completely, entirely yours. It's long been a beloved, budget-friendly retiree haven, and the community here is warm, active, and welcoming, full of people who made this exact same smart move years ago. The honest catch? Central Florida summers are hot and humid, and this is a small, slow, peaceful town, not a nightlife hub. But for warm Florida winters, palm trees, and real lakeside living that your Social Security check can actually cover, Sebring is a genuine hidden gem. And the next 3 towns push the value even further. Number 7, Sumter, South Carolina. Sumter is one of those easy-to-love small southern cities that quietly does almost everything right for a retiree on a budget. It sits in the warm, green heart of South Carolina with mild winters, historic tree-lined streets, and a famous Swan Lake and gardens right in the middle of town, where all 8 species of the world's swans actually live. It's the kind of place where a morning walk feels like a small vacation, and the cost of living is low enough to let a Social Security check truly breathe. Home prices in Sumter run well below the national average. This is one of the more affordable corners of an already very affordable state. And South Carolina treats its retirees beautifully. It does not tax your Social Security at all, and it gives you a generous deduction on your other retirement income once you turn 65. So your fixed income simply goes further here than in most of the country. The winters are short and mild, the people are warm and unhurried, there's solid hospital care right in the community, and the bigger city of Columbia, with its major medical centers, is only about a 45-minute drive away when you need it. The honest note? Sumter is a quiet, modest town. This is peaceful front porch living, not a bustling scene with a nightlife. But for warm, safe, deeply affordable Southern living on a Social Security budget with good care close by, Sumter is a smart and comfortable choice. Number 6, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Time to head out west into the high desert and into some of the most stunning scenery on this entire list. Las Cruces sits right beneath the dramatic, jagged spires of the Organ Mountains in southern New Mexico, bathed in sunshine and blessed with that dry, gentle desert warmth that is so genuinely kind to older bodies. No thick humidity, no sticky, swampy summers, just big open skies, warm days, cool starlit evenings, and sunsets that turn the whole desert pink and gold. And it is remarkably affordable for scenery this beautiful. The cost of living here runs below the national average. Home prices are far gentler than you'd ever expect for views like these, and New Mexico has moved to stop taxing Social Security for most retirees, meaning that check stays right in your pocket. There's a real university here too, New Mexico State, which brings good healthcare, culture, lectures, events, and a lively energy, plus a big, welcoming community of retirees who came for the exact same reasons you would. Fresh green chili at every meal, farmers markets, desert hikes, and mountain views, all on a fixed income. The honest trade-off? It is the desert, so summer afternoons get hot, and you'll want to make peace with a drier, browner landscape than the green south. But for warm, dry, sunny, affordable, and genuinely breathtaking, Las Cruces is very hard to beat. Number 5, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Now we reach a town with a genuine, quiet superpower. Hattiesburg, the hub city of southern Mississippi, is a warm, friendly, tree-shaded university town with an easy southern pace, a walkable historic downtown, a long rails-to-trails path perfect for morning walks or bike rides, and a genuinely low cost of living. But here is what quietly pushes it all the way into the top 5. Mississippi is one of the single most tax-friendly states in the entire country for a retiree. It does not tax your Social Security, and remarkably, it does not tax your other retirement income either. Not your pension, not your 401k, not your IRA withdrawals, almost none of it. That is nearly unheard of anywhere in America. Now combine that with some of the lowest housing costs in the whole country, and your Social Security check stretches further in Hattiesburg than in just about any town on this list. And here's the part that makes it truly livable, not just cheap. You've got real, serious medical care right here, anchored by Forrest General, one of the largest hospitals in the entire state, a genuine rarity in a town this affordable. The honest catch? Mississippi summers are hot and humid, and this is small, unhurried town living. But for the single most tax-friendly, budget-stretching landing on this entire list, with a major hospital right in your backyard, Hattiesburg is awfully tough to top. And now, the top 4, where the value gets almost hard to believe. Number 4, Yuma, Arizona. If your dream is endless, uninterrupted sunshine, then Yuma might just be your promised land, because Yuma holds an actual world record as the sunniest city on planet Earth. Roughly 90% of its daylight hours are sunny. Let that sink in for a second. 9 days out of 10, the sun is out. For a snowbird who spent a lifetime scraping ice off a windshield in a gray northern February, this place is close to paradise. Warm, bone-dry desert air, pleasant winters with highs up in the 70s, and blue skies almost every single day of the year. and it is built from the ground up for retirees living on a budget. Yuma has one of the very largest seasonal retiree communities anywhere in the Southwest. Tens of thousands of snowbirds pour in every winter, which means the entire town is set up for affordable, active, social senior living. There are parks, clubs, markets, dances, and desert outings designed exactly for you. The cost of living runs below the national average. Home prices come in noticeably under the national median, and Arizona does not tax your Social Security. And crucially, for a place this affordable, the healthcare is genuinely solid. Yuma Regional Medical Center is a large, full-service hospital with a wide range of specialties, so you are truly covered, not stranded. Now, the honest trade-off is a real one, so I'll say it plainly. Yuma summers are brutally, seriously hot. This is the raw desert in July, and it is not for everyone. That's precisely why so many retirees here are snowbirds, heading north for a couple of the hottest months. But for sunshine, dry warmth, unbeatable affordability, and a ready-made community of people just like you, Yuma is spectacular value. Number 3, Augusta, Georgia. You probably know Augusta for exactly 1 week a year, the famous golf tournament. But as a place to actually live, day in and day out on a fixed income, it's one of the best-kept secrets in the entire South. Augusta sits right on the Savannah River on the Georgia-South Carolina line, with warm weather, gracious tree-lined streets, a walkable riverfront promenade, and a cost of living running about 20% below the national average. 20% below. Friend, that is an enormous margin when you are living on a check. Here's what makes the math so beautifully kind. Home prices in Augusta are remarkably, genuinely low. The typical home sells for well under $200,000, a small fraction of what that same money buys you on any coast in America. And Georgia is wonderful to its retirees. It does not tax your Social Security, and for folks 62 and older, it exempts a huge chunk of your other retirement income too, up to $65,000 per person. Then add in warm southern winters and, this is a big one for a town this affordable, a genuinely strong medical scene, because Augusta is a major regional healthcare hub, home to large hospitals and a medical university. Rock-bottom living costs and excellent, serious healthcare almost never come packaged together like this. Here, they do. The honest note? Summers get hot and humid, and outside of that one famous week, it's a quiet, easygoing river city. But for the rare combination of remarkably low home prices, real top-tier hospitals, and a gentle tax bill, Augusta is a genuine standout. And now, the surprise I promised you at the very start. Number 2. And this is the one I promised would genuinely surprise you. Corpus Christi, Texas. Here's exactly why it's such a shock. This is a beach town. A real, warm, sandy, palm-lined city sitting right on the sparkling Gulf of Mexico. And you can retire here on Social Security alone. Almost everybody assumes that the word beach automatically means expensive, out of reach, only for the wealthy. Corpus Christi takes that assumption and flips it completely on its head. The cost of living here runs well below the national average, somewhere in the range of 13 to 16% cheaper than the country as a whole. And yet you're waking up just minutes from the water with warm bays, wide beaches, world-class fishing, sea breezes, and pelicans gliding over the waves year-round. Home prices are strikingly affordable for a coastal city, with a median sitting well under the national number, and rents that genuinely stay within reach of a Social Security check. And then comes the Texas trump card, the same one that keeps showing up on this list. No state income tax at all. Your Social Security and every other dollar you bring in stays completely 100% yours. There's real hospital care here too, as this is the largest city on this entire stretch of the Texas coast, so you're not giving up medical security for that ocean view. Now, honesty, because on a fixed income it truly matters. It is on the Gulf, so hurricane season is real, and you insure and prepare for it accordingly, the same as any coastal resident. But a genuine, warm, sandy beach town, that an ordinary retiree can actually afford on Social Security, that is rare air. That is the dream most people are told to give up on. And that is exactly why Corpus Christi is number 2. And number 1, El Paso, Texas. If the entire point of this list is stretching a Social Security check as far as it can possibly go, in real warmth and real comfort, then El Paso stands, without question, at the very top. Because the numbers here are almost hard to believe when you first hear them. El Paso sits at the far western tip of Texas, tucked where the desert meets the mountains, and it is one of the sunniest, driest cities in the entire country, with that gentle, dry warmth by day and those cool, calm desert evenings. But here is the headline, the number that earns it the crown. Housing in El Paso runs dramatically below the national average, by some measures more than 40% cheaper. And the overall cost of living is so low that reports actually describe retirees living here on little more than their Social Security check, and still having money left over at the end of the month. Left over on Social Security. And of course, Texas has no state income tax, so absolutely nothing is skimmed off the top of what you've earned. And it is not some empty, forgotten outpost, far from it. El Paso is a big, warm, deeply rooted city with a rich Mexican-American culture, wonderful food on every corner, real hospitals and major medical centers, and, this matters, one of the lowest crime rates of any large city in America. It is consistently ranked among the very safest big cities in the entire country. Warm, dry, sunny, safe, and so affordable that your fixed income finally feels comfortable instead of frightening. The honest note? Summers are hot, and it's a large border city, so it does have a real big city footprint and pace. But for the pure, honest goal at the heart of this whole video, retiring warm and comfortable on Social Security alone with money to spare, nothing on this list beats it. El Paso, Texas is number 1. So there they are, 10 warm Sunbelt towns where you can genuinely retire on Social Security alone in 2026 and live not just safely, but well. And when you step back and look at all 10 of them together, that fear that's been keeping you up at night starts, at long last, to melt away. Because here is the real truth of it. It was never that Social Security wasn't enough. It was that you were told to go and spend it in all the wrong, overpriced, overcrowded places. Move to the right town: El Paso, Corpus Christi, Augusta, Hattiesburg, Yuma, Las Cruces, and the rest. And that very same check that once felt so terrifying suddenly covers your home, your care, your warmth, and your peace of mind, with real money left over to actually enjoy the life you worked so hard for. That is not a fantasy, and it is not a trick. It's a decision, and it's one that ordinary, hardworking people are quietly making every single day all across this country. Now, before you fall head over heels for any one of these towns, let me give you the single most important piece of advice in this whole video. Go and visit first. Please, don't ever buy from a video, not even mine. Spend a week there and try to do it in the hottest, hardest month of the year so you see the town at its most honest and not its most flattering. Sit in a local diner and just listen for a while. Find the retirees who already live there and ask them the blunt, honest question. Can you really live here, comfortably, on your check? And then drive to the nearest hospital and actually time the trip. Because on a fixed income, getting this decision right the very first time is absolutely everything. And to make that homework genuinely easy, I've put together a free relocation guide that lays it all out for you, town by town, with the real cost of living, the exact tax picture for your Social Security in each state, the housing prices, and the healthcare access for the most affordable, warm towns in America. It's the guide I honestly wish every single retiree had in their hands before they made this decision. You'll find it linked down in the description below, completely free. And if this lifted even a little of that heavy weight off your shoulders today, if it reminded you that a warm, comfortable, dignified retirement really is within your reach, exactly as you are, with exactly what you have, Then do me one small favor and subscribe. Because next time, I'm going to show you the biggest, most expensive mistakes retirees make when they move to the Sun Belt. The quiet traps that can drain a fixed income before you even realize it, and exactly how to avoid every single one of them. You are not going to want to miss it. Until then, take good care of yourself, hold your head up high, and always remember, you have earned this. The best place to retire isn't the most expensive one. It's the one where your check, finally, at long last, lets you exhale. I'll see you in the next one.